Hello, this is the LEGO Elves Fire Dragons Lava Cave set for the 2016 storyline. So here is the lava cave that gives the set its very name. It's pretty nicely shaped, but it's actually relatively shallow, as you'll see in just a minute. The idea here is that Azari would be able to discover that her fire magic is able to cause the lava to retreat away. It's kind of a lava fall. There's a wider one and a smaller one. Once that is taken away, then you can follow this little path over here to safely walk over what little lava is behind and make your way inside. There's also an optional way to get in over here on this side behind these crystals, the way that it's set up. I don't know if it was supposed to be done this way, but you can just move one of those crystals out of the way, and then I think a baby dragon could actually be able to get through there. Now, I said that the whole thing is shallow, and here's the look at that. See, it's mostly just a couple of bricks thick, so it's kind of like a facade in a way, but you have to imagine that it's an entire hillside there. And let me just close this back up where the little crystals were coming through there, so you can see how that's shaped a little bit better. Once inside, you can discover this map that was just kind of chilling over here on a mossy bank inside of the cave. There's a torch that you can light up so that you would still have light inside of the cave once the lava is no longer flowing and bright. And then there are a couple of beds that can be used over here to take a rest, and you can also set up a little campfire. And Emily there has a marshmallow on a stick that she's roasting up. That's a nice small little scene, and this is just something that can be moved around independently, so you can place that in different areas. As you continue on your journey, you can also find this shadow fountain with a little feature where you can withdraw this crystal here, and that's supposed to be the water right there. Right now it is poisoned by shadow magic, but you can pull this back and cleanse the fountain so that it becomes a pool of usable water once again. This thing to me is just a great source of all sorts of cool parts in cool colors, with the bright green colored tiles inside of there, and also the crystal itself, and also a little stud right here representing the poison stuff. There's also one up here. This is the small little 1x1 pyramid piece, which is new for 2016 in that same color. These kind of shadow wisp or flame pieces molded in black. This 4x4 round piece with a hole in the middle molded in black. Just so many things here that are cool pieces to get. I just like this as a source of parts. And then of course there is the large fire dragon, which is where most of the parts in the entire set go. Now, in the official storyline, this is Zonia, the adult fire dragon, but if you want to, you can use your imagination. You could see this as being Spark, who has simply grown up. That's entirely up to you how you do that. This is a really nice looking build, a really nice looking dragon. They've done some different things here with how the head is set up. Of course, the mouth can be opened up, a little bit of flame coming out of there. The head can be turned up and down, a little bit side to side, but not a lot side to side, so you can't get quite as much motion there as I would like. You can move the neck up and down, and the legs mostly go forward and back. They can go out a little bit, in a little bit more. Not quite as much as I would like to have seen, but you can definitely put this into all sorts of walking and running poses, and when it's flying, you can very easily bring all the legs back, and you can also angle the paws back so that it looks more like it's in that kind of sleek kind of look, like it's really flowing through the air. The wings are done very nicely with the orangish yellow color in the front, and then kind of the translucent magenta back here. That works better than I expected it to. You can kind of twist these wings. I don't think that's an intended part of the design, but it works very nicely. You can really change up the angles in that way, and the tail can be completely turned around. I like the tip here, but I don't like these bits quite so much. They also kind of come off relatively easy in just play. You kind of have to be sure not to grab them, or if you do grab them, grab the bases as well if you want to repose things. And this does have 2 seats, so you can seat both of the mini dolls that were included in the set very simply. And Emily Jones here still has her marshmallow. She's not letting go of that, but there you can see how they both fit in there, and you can continue on your journey through the air. There's a closer look at Azari and Emily Jones with her magic medallion around her neck, and also her precious stick with a marshmallow on the end of it. Azari still has the same hair as last season with that really nice gradient that goes from the dark red into yellow. It's too bad that it's not quite as nice as it could be. It's kind of printed from underneath or sprayed from underneath, so some of the tops of the pieces of hair are just a little bit off, you know, not completely printed, so it's not completely smooth, but it's not too bad. The print on the front of the torso is really nice, and I also really like the elves tattoos that show up on their faces. Summing things up, I like the set, but mostly for the dragon. The little stuff is mostly nice to me for the parts, but it really is quite little. Let me know what you think about this set. Share your thoughts about it in a comment down below, and I'll be looking forward to your feedback. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.